And insecurities are loud. You can tell if somebody's insecure from a mile away. And when I speak on this word insecure, I don't just necessarily mean the way that you look physically, because you could be insecure about your potential. You could be insecure about your current state and where you're at in life. You could be insecure about the amount of money you make and your resources and how you're able to provide for your family. So there's so many different ways that these insecurities can start to develop and hinder your overall character. But one thing that I've learned based on everything that I may have experienced myself is that they all stem from you looking externally and comparing it to who you are at heart. You looking at what this person has or what that person has, how that person may look, how much money this person may have, and then you looking at what you have and feeling low of yourself because you may not have as much or you may not look as good. But I'm here to tell you today that there's always going to be somebody bigger. There's always going to be somebody who looks better. There's always going to be somebody who has more money. And you will never be happy until you learn how to love yours. You will never be truly content until you learn how to appreciate who you are. Because you may not be the best looking, you may not be somebody who has all the money in the world, but you are one of one and you are unique. I just feel like it's so important that we turn our attention away from always just trying to be number one to really just being who we are at heart. If you're built and you're made to be number one, then great. But if you aren't, then you have another role to fill. And I've watched so many people reach dead ends in their lives by constantly comparing themselves to the next person and trying to chase cloud and trying to do A, B, and C so that they fit the role. But if that role is not for you, it doesn't matter how much you change about yourself to try to fit it. At some point, the person that it's actually meant for will go and steal the show because that's what they're actually meant for. That's the position that they're meant to be in. We really do got to put more emphasis on the importance of just valuing what we have, all of our flaws, all of our insecurities. When I was in high school, and a lot of y'all could tell by my videos, I naturally have like acne scars and stuff like that. I had hormonal changes all growing up. I used to break out a lot, and that was something that always used to make me feel kind of low. But I never was at a point in my life where I just kind of wanted to be the next person or felt like, just because I had certain flaws that I was lower than the next person. You always got to think of yourself as one-on-one and just love who you are, because at the end of the day, God made you that way for a reason. It doesn't matter if you have one arm. It doesn't matter if you have acne, if you bald, it does not matter. You find true value in life when you learn to appreciate the things that you do have. Every card that you were dealt. There's so many people out here that may have more, that may have less. So there's no reason for you to sit around and complain when you are truly blessed. My biggest problem in high school was acne. I never liked breaking out. I never liked getting pimples and just feeling like, it was gross to me. But then while I was over there complaining about acne, it's somebody over there complaining about having health issues, somebody that's in a wheelchair who can't walk. So my problems were little to them. There's people out there wishing that they had my problems, and there's always going to be somebody out there wishing that they had your problems, because it could always be worse. And aside from anything physically, insecurities, especially in the friends that you have around you, can really pull you down. Because if you're in a group and you're hanging around insecure people, and I'm not even talking physically, that's one thing, but I'm talking about just as far as potential, people will start to project their form of negativity on your life and make you minimize your overall potential as a human being. If you're around somebody who don't necessarily believe in their ability to go out and do something, they're going to project this on you. If you're somebody that's super ambitious and high achieving, this is going to make you feel low and small, like the people around you just really aren't supporting you. So not only do you need to fix this deep insecurity within yourself, you need to make sure that those around you are not insecure as well. Because when people truly value you and want to see you win, they're going to do everything in their power to make that a thing. If you're not surrounding yourself by these type of people, and if they have these deep underlying insecurities, then it will always get in the way. I remember around 4 to 5 months ago, I made a video and it was titled, everybody clapping is not supporting you. And that was one of the realest videos that I made, because just because people may seem like they're showing support and they're secure within themselves does not mean that they actually want to see you win. People have real life insecurities and real life pride that will never allow them to support you how they should support you. Never allow them to speak up about your true potential how they should. We got to be real cautious of the people that we're allowing in our lives, especially people that aren't fully healed, that haven't grown, that does not understand this concept of wanting to see the next person do better than them, because all they'll do is pull you down. But if you're battling with any type of insecurities physically, anything of that sort, turn the attention away from external things. Get off social media. Stop looking at them models. Stop looking at them NBA players with all that money. If that is not your current position and you know for sure that you're not going to be in that category, then you do not need to waste your time stressing about the what if. Focus on your actual value, because we all have it. It's just a matter of if you can find it or not. It's a matter of what you can do to unlock it. But I'm here to tell you today that just because somebody says something out their mouth, and it may be at an emotional state or emotional time, does not mean that it's true. We're all entitled to our own opinions. I may walk past somebody today and they may be like, you're the most ugliest person I've ever seen in the world. Does that mean that it's true? No. Should anything that anybody in this world say to me have a direct impact on my happiness? And it's no. Nobody should be able to just have that much power over you to where they can put something out into the world and it would change how you feel about yourself. If you're a person right now that can go outside, like I said, if somebody would disrespect you and call you ugly or call you broke, and this will be a shot at your character, then you have way more building to do. The world is always going to be a cruel place. There's always going to be people out there that are going to voice negative opinions about you. This is something that you can't run from. This is something that you probably can't avoid. So, only thing that you can do is become more secure within yourself. What is it that allows what people say to bother me so much? Okay, I'm a people pleaser. I need to get out of that habit of constantly trying to please everyone and taking in the information that they put out. I need to work on developing thicker skin, because I understand if I keep walking around the world like this, they're going to chew me up and spit me out. But insecurities will always speak loud. And oftentimes the people that are the most vocal about the next person's insecurities have the deepest insecurities of their own. I used to be around people who would constantly have something negative to say about the next person, and then I finally realized that it was because they had the most insecurities or the deepest, darkest secrets within themselves. They were just projecting. That's something that we have to be very cautious of, because not everybody is in the right state of mind. Not everybody is going to just speak and vent about the things that are bothering them. Not everybody is open and can put their pride aside to go out and get help. Some people would rather speak bad about the next person. Some people would rather voice their opinions on the next person's insecurities to make themselves feel better. And to me, this is just a very weak way to go about things. And at some point, it would all catch up to you, because you can't just voice negative opinions about somebody and expect those things to not come back to you. I'm somebody that personally believes in karma. I believe in what you put out would always come back around. So just be very cautious of not only the people that you have around you, but what you're allowing yourself to take in, because these can have a direct impact on not only how your life goes, but really just the environment you're in. But to clarify, one of the number one ways that I beat my deepest insecurities, and like I've spoken of before, it was probably the acne thing in high school, was just to stop comparing myself to everybody else. Stop looking everywhere else for a solution to my problems. If I'm dealing with something, just make it a one thing. Embrace it. One thing that I've learned is that it's not even necessarily about your flaws or your insecurities. It's about the way that you carry yourself. People look at how you carry yourself. If you could be at a low point and you can be flawed and anything like that, and you're still walking with your head held high, people are going to look at you and they're going to admire you, because it takes true confidence to walk with that sense of pride and courage, knowing that you have those flaws or those insecurities. This is what people value much more than anything else, is somebody who can really walk with their head held high at their lowest moments. If you have insecurities, if you have any flaws or anything like that, embrace it. Understand that you're one of one. They're probably always going to be you because you're you. And just learn to live with it. Learn to smile. Learn to put yourself in a position that make you feel uncomfortable so that you can grow. If somebody has something negative to say about it, learn to brush it off. But at the end of the day, The only thing that matters is that you feel content with who you are. It doesn't matter what one person thinks. It doesn't matter how the next person feels about what you have going on within yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that's going to have to deal with being you. But what it all boils down to is learning to love yourself. And when you truly love and you value yourself, you treat your body with the utmost respect and care. This will make you feel like a totally different person. Just the fact alone that you only get one body, like we only have experienced what we are. You can't just jump to the next body from as far as I know. So it's like, with that being said, why not learn to love yourself? Why not learn to appreciate who you are? And you're one on one. Nobody else can be you. Nobody else will ever be you. So just that thought alone just really makes me put so much emphasis on valuing who we are and who we were at birth. So take the power out of other people's hands and truly learn how to value yourself. You are very special. You are one on one. Learn to love every flaw that you have and embrace it, because that's what people look at more rather than your actual flaws and insecurities. They look at how you carry it. Is this person still happy being who they are? And if so, this will make the absolute most difference, and I promise you. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.